Hi everyone, it's been a really long time since we sat down together and talked. Today I want to talk about something that I think almost every woman has gone through at some point in her life. Why do we keep wanting people who do not choose us? Why do we become obsessed with people who confuse us? Why do we spend months thinking about someone who was just giving us the bare minimum? And why do the people who genuinely like us often feel less exciting than the people who leave us wondering where we stand? Because if you've ever waited all day for a text, checked if they viewed your story, reread old conversations, asked your friends to analyze the screenshots, made excuses for someone's behavior, ignored all red flags because you like them, girl, welcome. You're among friends and let's talk. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of women don't actually fall for a person. We fall for a story. Women are amazing storytellers. Give us one good conversation and we'll write the next 12 chapters ourselves. You meet a guy, he's funny, you have chemistry. He remembers one random detail about your life and suddenly your brain starts creating a movie. Maybe he's different, maybe this is special, maybe this is going somewhere. Meanwhile, you've known him for just 4 days. And that's where the trouble begins. Because now you're no longer getting to know who he is. You're getting attached to who you imagine he could become. And I think a lot of heartbreak comes from dating a potential. He's inconsistent, but maybe he'll change. He's emotionally unavailable, but maybe he'll change. He never communicates, but maybe he'll change. We don't date men, we date renovation projects. And before anyone gets offended, I've done it too. Most women have. We see someone's potential and we fall in love with that, instead of paying attention to the person standing right in front of us. Potential is not a relationship. Potential doesn't call, potential doesn't communicate, potential doesn't show up, reality does. And if somebody keeps showing you who they are, believe them. Not the version you've created in your head. The actual version. Now can we talk about something else? The fantasy relationship. Because I think this is where so many women get stuck. Have you ever noticed that sometimes the relationship in your head is much better than the relationship you're actually having? In your head, he's thoughtful, but in reality, he replies just once a day. In your head, he's emotionally deep. In reality, you've just had 5 conversations. In your head, you're soulmates. In reality, you don't even know his favorite food. And yet somehow you're already emotionally invested. Why? Because fantasies are addictive. Realities have fact, but fantasies, they have possibilities. And possibilities are intoxicating. Now here's something that took me years to understand. Attention is not love. This one's huge because a lot of us confuse the two. Someone texts us constantly, compliments us, flirts with us, watches every story, likes every photo, and suddenly it feels meaningful, right? But attention and love are not the same thing. Please try and understand the difference. Attention is easy. Love requires consistency. Attention is words. Love is action. Attention feels exciting. Love feels safe. And just because someone wants your attention doesn't mean they're capable of giving you the relationship that you deserve. Okay, now let's get uncomfortable for a second. Have you ever noticed that people who genuinely liked you often felt boring, but people who kept you confused became unforgettable? The guy who replied in 5 minutes, you weren't interested. But the guy who disappeared for 3 days, now you're checking your phone every 5 minutes. Why? Because uncertainty creates obsession. Your brain starts searching for answers. You want closure, you want certainty, you want to know where you stand. And suddenly what feels like love is actually your brain trying to solve a puzzle. That is why so many women become attached to emotionally unavailable people. Not because the people are amazing, because uncertainty is addictive. Movies romanticize it, books romanticize it, social media romanticizes it. The mysterious guy, the unavailable guy, the hard to get guy. But in real life, it is exhausting. Honestly, the older I get, the more attractive I find consistency, kindness, reliability, people who actually do what they say they're gonna do, people who don't leave you guessing, people who don't make you question your worth every single day, because peace is attractive. And I think that's a lesson a lot of women learn later in life. Now let's talk about loneliness, because loneliness changes people. When you've been lonely for a while, a good morning text feels magical. A compliment feels bigger than it actually is. Someone showing a little bit of interest may feel like fate. And before you know it, you're emotionally attached to someone you barely know. Not because they're your soulmate, but because you're lonely. And there's no shame in that. We're all human. We all want connection. But loneliness can make us accept things that we would normally reject. And that's why having a life outside of dating is so important. Have friends, have hobbies, have goals, things that make you excited about your own life. Because the fuller your life becomes, the less likely you're to mistake attention for love. Okay, so how do we stop choosing the wrong people? First, slow down. Most people reveal who they actually are. The problem is we're already attached before they do. Second, watch patterns and not promises. Anybody can make promises. Patterns tell the truth. Third, stop asking, does he like me? And start asking, do I actually like who he is? Not his charm, not his attention, not his potential. His actual character. Fourth, Pay attention to how you feel around him. Do you feel calm, safe, respected, valued? Or does he make you feel anxious, confused, insecure, constantly waiting? Because your body usually notices the red flags before your heart wants to. And finally, stop trying to be chosen. This one changed everything for me. So many women spend years asking, why doesn't he choose me? But that's the wrong question. The better question to ask is, does he deserve access to my life? Because the moment you stop trying to convince people to choose you, you start evaluating whether they're actually right for you. And that is exactly when your standards change. And eventually, the people you choose change too. Always remember, the goal isn't to find someone who gives you the strongest butterflies. The goal is to find someone who brings out the healthiest version of you. Because I'm telling you, butterflies are exciting, but peace is what lasts. So that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you really like this video.